Hey guys, it's Coach Jamie. So today's Coach Chat, I am going to discuss a little phenomenon called the Busted Can of Biscuits week. Now, some of you may be familiar with this because it's the week before your actual period. And it's one thing that I actually mention specifically for progress pictures because and why I recommend that women take progress pictures once a month instead of the bi-weekly is because our hormones are fluctuating so much during the month. Pretty much every 2 weeks we're a different person, and it's going to affect the way that you hold on to water and how you feel just in general. And so if your bi-weekly measurements fall on BCB week, Busted Can of Biscuits week, that week before you're going to start your period, you're going to feel like crap and it's going to be reflected in the camera, and then you're going to get frustrated. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gaining body fat or anything like that. It's just Busted Can of Biscuits week. And I'm going to kind of try to explain how our menstrual cycle works and why you feel the way that you feel, especially during Busted Can of Biscuits week. So just very simply, in a nutshell, your menstrual cycle, the first week is your actual period. So that's when the new cycle starts for us. And that's when like estrogen and progesterone are bottoming out. And, you know, sometimes you, like in the beginning of the period or whenever you start your period, you will feel crampy and all that stuff, you know, when it starts happening. But a lot of times towards the end of it, women will start feeling a whole lot better. You know, you're in a better mood. You're not feeling as bloated. Well, that week after your period, when everything kind of subsides, that's when estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest and you are feeling amazing. Like I'm talking, that is your best week. That is the week that you want to train hard. That's the week that you'll be less bloated and you'll probably feel like you can even eat more calories and not feel like you're holding on to a lot of water weight. Like that is your week. So if you're looking to take pictures at any time during the month, I would always suggest the week after your period, because that's just when estrogen's starting to build a little bit higher. Estrogen is the hormone that's actually going to make you in a good mood. As long as it's not too high, estrogen is like the feel-good hormone, because it also affects your serotonin levels. So whenever that second week of your menstrual cycle is your best week, that's when estrogen's starting to build, progesterone's bottomed out, so you're feeling great. That third week, again, estrogen's getting higher, but then progesterone starts coming into the party and starts wrecking things. You may not feel terrible, but you know what's coming. So progesterone starts to kick in. You don't feel super amazing, but you know it's all right. That fourth week, that's when progesterone is at its highest. And you're feeling like poo, and you could your hunger's up, you're holding on to water, you feel like you could eat an entire house. That's when like cravings kick in and all that stuff. It's probably not your best week to train super hard because you're just tired more, and in a nutshell, you just don't feel good. So then the next week, which starts a new cycle, is your period. You have your period, everything bottoms out and everything's starting back over. So that's kind of just your menstrual cycle and feeling in a nutshell. I hope it kind of helps explain why we feel certain ways throughout the month. So while you're doing your habits and you're eating what you should be eating, and maybe you're in the challenge and you are taking your pictures, and maybe you've taken your pictures during Busted Can of Biscuits week and didn't realize that it was Busted Can of Biscuits week before your period starts, and you got frustrated. I just want you to know that it's not, you're not actually like, you know, going backwards. You're doing all the right things. It's just your biology that is, you know, wrecking your mind, essentially. So that's my suggestion, is track your cycle. Understand how you feel at different times of the day or different times of the month, which week you're in your cycle. And when you understand the flow of how your hormones are going through the month, it gives you a sense of peace of mind that you're like, okay, yeah, it's just Busted Can of Biscuits week. I'll be fine next week. Next week is going to be a better week. It gives you a little bit of peace of mind that you're not going crazy and that you're not, you know, doing something wrong or whatever it is. You just got to stick it out. And unfortunately for us women, that's just the hand we're dealt for being able to create life. So it's a blessing. And it's a sign of good hormone health if you're regular on your cycle. If you are not regular on your cycle, that's a whole nother thing that you want to address, but probably for another coach's chat. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little explanation of Busted Can of Biscuits week. If you have any questions about it, let's start a discussion on our feed, and we can, you know, answer any questions you have. So we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.